This is SJ Talks Online coming back at you with another video. Breaking news, breaking news. A young black woman by the name of Carlee Russell was driving along an Alabama interstate when she spotted a missing child. And she called 911 and her parents before getting out of her car to try to help the child. But when she got out of the car to help the child, um, she was abducted. Somebody spotted a light-skinned um, male by her car. They found her cell phone in her car, but there was no traces of her. The community, young black woman, 25-year-old Carlee Russell, came up missing in attempts to try to look for a toddler. The whole community was rallying. What I'm really impressed about this case is that the whole community rallied together to find this young black woman. And the police in this hit nationwide news looking for this young black woman. And I think because everybody was searching for the black woman and the community was rallying together, it put too much heat on the kidnappers and they let her go. She has been found. They found her. She showed up at her parents' house and they took her to the hospital. And I guess they're going to give us more updates about it. But I believe that it was probably a little bit too much heat on them because they probably didn't expect for nobody to, because by her being a black woman, they probably didn't expect anybody to look for her. They didn't think that people were going to pull out all the stops to look for her. And it was too much heat on them, so they let her go. I just pray that this little child, that they use this, that's what traffickers do. Traffickers use little children as bait to lure people in, women. They use little toddlers and children to lure people in to kidnap people. Oh, this is a dangerous world we living in, people. This is a dangerous world. And sad part about it is I got to thinking, knowing me, I probably would have tried to do the same thing. But this is a teachable moment for all of us. This is a teachable moment for all of us that if you see a child, because even me, I know one time I got out of my car to help an elderly person, but it turns out this person really did need help. It's children and elderly people for me that I'm always concerned about. But the best thing to do in a situation like that is stay in your car and call 911. Do not get out of your car. Stay in your car and call 911. That's the best thing to do because they're using little children to lure people in. And I think that's what they tried to do in this situation. They used a little toddler. And the smart thing she did was call 911, and then she called her parents. So that she was smart thinking on that. But they found her phone and everything in the car. And another witness claimed they seen, it seemed like by that being a busy interstate, it seemed like to me more people would have seen something. But it was too much heat on them. I think it was too much heat on them. And I loved how the community rallied together. And look, I mean, I was really impressed by that. I was really impressed because most of the time, let's face facts, when black women come up missing, when black people come up missing, they don't look. But in this particular case, and it hit nationwide news. It hit nationwide news. And I believe that it was too much heat on these people. And then they decided to let her go. Because she turned up at her parents' house. And I had just said I had just got done watching it, the first news report, and I said a little prayer, and her father was brokenhearted. He was brokenhearted. She has a loving mother and father, and so I just thank God that this um, was a good turnout, and she was found safe. But I wonder about the little child. I'm concerned, still concerned about the little child that's missing. They're using this child as bait. This child being trafficked. They need to continue to look for this child that they used. Um, Hopefully, she'll be able to tell the police who these people are and be able to give the police some more information so they can find other trafficking victims. We live in a dangerous place, guys. We live in a dangerous world. Um, Best thing to do in a situation like that is stay in your car and call 911. That's the best thing. And you see somebody approaching your car, take off and call 911 and to report the missing child. And they say the ironic thing in this case is that there was no cause of a missing toddler. So they clearly used this toddler as bait to lure this young woman in. So I just thank God that the community rallied together and the police, because typically when black women come up missing, 9 times out of 10, um, they don't pull out all the stops to look for her. So I'm really so happy in this case that they did the right thing. They did the right thing, and they rallied together to look for this young lady. She's a beautiful young black woman, nursing student. Her parents said she's a loving and caring, kind person. Um, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what color she is. Um, she was kind enough to help what she thought was a missing child. And these monsters were going to try to traffic her. But because they probably didn't think, because her being a black woman, that nobody was going to look for her. So they thought they were going to get away with it. But they seen how the community was rallying together and the police was still 10 toes down looking for her. And they put too much heat on them, so they decided to let her go. So that is good news. And I'm so happy that they found her safe. Um, but this is a teachable moment for all of us. Um, when we see a missing child, and for me, it's elderly people for me because I love elderly people. So I did get out of my car one time to help an elderly person. Um, if you see an elderly person in distress or a child, call 911. Stay in your car. That's gonna be hard for me, but yes, that's what I try to follow my instincts too. I do try to follow my instincts, and my instincts are pretty strong. And your instincts, that ain't nothing but God talking to you. So, I mean, I did get out of my car to help an elderly person one time. And it turns out, the elderly person really did need help. I try to follow my instincts as much as possible. But if you see a situation like that, go ahead and call 911 and stay in your vehicle. I mean, it's really sad that you have to second guess yourself about helping someone. Um, Anybody, a child, an elderly person, someone that may be in distress, it's really, really hard. It's really sad that you have to second guess yourself about helping someone. But this is what 911 is for. This is what 911 is for. So you call the proper authorities and you stay in your vehicle. You see someone approaching your vehicle, then you skedaddle out of there. And you call the police and see to it that they get to that area to help that person. And it's sad. And another trafficking technique that they use is they'll put something on your car or your windshield or something like that, and with some type of substance on it, or they'll put something on your door. Oh yeah, they crafty, and you touch it and touch your nose, and it could cause you to pass out, and that's another way that they try to get people. So it's sad. This is a sad world we living in. It's like they're getting more and more crafty. They're getting more and more crafty. So we just, especially as women, and men have to be careful as well. We have to be vigilant And we just have to be aware of our surroundings wherever we go. We have to be aware of our surroundings, and we just have to pay attention. You know, don't be so busy on our phones that we're thrown off guard. So I'm just so glad that this young lady, Carlee Russell, was found safe. And hopefully she can give the police some leads on who these people are. If there's other victims, maybe they can find them. Let's hope and pray. But thank God this beautiful um, young black woman was found safe. Thank God. And I pray that um, they can find this child, and I pray that this child is safe because they use this child as bait. So hit me up in the comment section. Um, they're going to give us updates on future updates on this woman, how she's doing. They said she's shocked and everything, so they got to get her to the hospital. So hit me up in the comment section, and just wanted to give you that breaking news. Until the next video, you guys be blessed.